Hi beautiful, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to do a makeup look using the Mecca Max face and eye palette, and this one is called Desert Queen. Now this palette came out 2 months ago and I've tried it, I've worn it, and I've swatched it on my Instagram a while back. So I thought I would do like a full-on video explaining to you the shades and what I love about this eyeshadow palette. And recently, Mecca Max also came out with a new lip product, and this one is called the Lip Whip. So basically, this is like a pen-like lip balm-ish kind of lip product. Oh my god, there's a lot of lip in this sentence. But anyway, it comes with a sponge tip and also like a clickable pen-like. So we will try this out together. So I've already applied my full face of makeup and a little bit of highlight, but I feel like I wanted to use this palette for highlight as well. So this is what the eyeshadow palette looks like. It comes with a huge mirror, which I like, and this case right here is acrylic. So that's the back and that's the front, and when you open it, this is what the pen size look like. As you can see, they're quite big, so you could obviously fit your face brushes in this palette. So we have 4 matte shades. So we have this darker kind of like maroon brown, and then we have this sort of like a peachy shade, and then we have this neutral brown, and last but not the least we have this beige shade. And here are the swatches. They're kind of dry and a little bit hard to the touch, but they are definitely quite pigmented and they blend into the skin like butter. So here are the shades. You can't really see the base shade against my skin tone because again, I'm more of a medium tan skin tones, but it definitely shows up on my eyes. And for the shimmers, these come with 6 marbleized shimmers, and then you have kind of like a pressed glitter here and a metallic shade, which is this one right here and this one. It's just a pretty interesting eyeshadow palette. Now I'm going to swatch this shade right here, which is my favorite. It has like a silver icy shift to it, and then one of the marble shade. That's so pretty. Ooh, that purple though. And the copper, and maybe one of this darker shades. So here are the swatches. As you can see, they're very pigmented, very metallic, very in your face type of shades. But I actually do enjoy this because you could apply it very sheer and it will definitely complement a lot of skin tones. These are the shades. They're very foiled, metallic, and this looks pretty good on the face and the eyes. So we are going to start off by setting my eyelids. I have a little bit of eczema going on, so my eyelids are a little bit drier than usual. So forgive me if the shadows are a little bit patchy. So what I'm going to do is to go to this beige shade right here and kind of just run that quickly along my lids. I've already set my lids with translucent powder and I primed it as well, but for the sake of this video, we're just gonna apply that. So for transition shade, I am going to mix this one right here and the neutral brown. It's a little bit powdery, so just keep that in mind. But I've been using this eyeshadow palette for probably 2 weeks, on and off. It may look a little bit patchy, mainly because I have very dry lids, but as you can see, it still went on top of my dry areas beautifully. And I don't know what it is, but recently I've been into like a nice wash of color instead of super dramatic look. And the weather today in New Zealand is currently autumn, so it's very cold. Like specifically in Wellington, we don't have summer autumn then winter. We go straight from summer to winter, no in between. And I'm going to move on and use the darker shade, which is this one right here, and apply that on the outer V. I'm probably just gonna stamp it and then kind of grace that. Despite my dry patches though, the shadows are blending beautifully and it doesn't really cling on that much. Like you can tell this part is a little bit wrinkly and that's where my driest area is. So I'm just gonna go back to this peachy shade right here and kind of blend the outer bit. For the lower lash line, I am going to go and use the peachy shade first and apply that a little bit lower. I'm going to pick up the maroon shade and put that as close as possible to my lash line. So now I am going to pick up this shade right here with my finger and pop that onto the lid. And I am going to use a brush to precisely apply the shade around my crease area. And I am going to go back to the brush with no product and just blend the edges. And for the inner corner highlight, I am going to pick up this purple shade right here, which is so pretty. And for the brow bone highlight, I am going to pick up the shade right here, which is more of that champagne gold shade. So I'm just gonna quickly apply my mascara and curl my lashes. I don't think I will apply any false lashes because I want it to be more of like a daytime look but still look funky and a little bit dramatic than usual. So I'll be right back and we'll try on the lip product. Just before I move on to trying on the lipstick, I am going to actually put on a highlight. So I think I am going to mix this shade right here and maybe this pinky shade. Wow. That just intensified my highlight on another level. Do you see that? Ooh, that's so pretty. That is intense. So for the lips, I am going to try out the shade Caramel, and I believe this is the darkest shade that they have. They have about 5 to 6 shades to choose from, so we are going to click them together. It smells pretty good. It smells a little bit minty and vanilla-y. So I am going to swatch the shade Caramel. Ooh, it's a little bit pinky for my liking. So that's the shade Caramel right there. It has like that mousse consistency. I am actually not sure if this is going to turn out matte or not, but from the looks of it, it has more of like a cream sheen finish. It feels very comfortable on the lips. It doesn't feel heavy. It feels very moisturizing. And definitely agree with that whip consistency. And I kind of like it for an everyday wear. Just the color personally is a little bit too light for my liking. Like I have fairly tan skin, so on me it looks a little bit more light, like gearing towards concealer lips, if you know what I mean. But I still like it. I feel like it complements this makeup look. So here is my final look. Overall, I really do enjoy this eyeshadow palette. It has somewhat of a weird consistency, especially for the more of like a pressed glitter. It looks intense on the pen, but actually once you put your finger in it, it's a little bit sheer. And most of the shimmers in here are great, but the marbleized shades I feel like are my favorite because they pack a punch. As you can see on my highlight, it definitely intensified it, and I didn't use any Fix Plus or any fixing primer at all. You could easily use this palette alone for highlight, or if you want like a nice wash of color, then I would also recommend this. I love the fact that it comes with a big mirror. Unfortunately, this is a limited edition palette, so while you can get your hands on this, and this is available from Mecca Maxima, Mecca Cosmetica store. Hopefully, in the future, Mecca Max will come out with a permanent line of eyeshadow because honestly, their eyeshadow palettes have been great so far, the ones that I've tried. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel for more updates, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.